stepped in the middle, in the center, I felt stillness, really just a let go, no expectations, but there was this presence and silence. So I felt my presence, but in silence. Yesterday was was already very activating for me, as you know. I liked to hear the story of the Dreamcatcher that I didn't know anything about. When you were telling your story and the passion of what you are creating, and I tune into that fun, I felt curious about it, and I want the same. How can help you to connect through dream status and go through the subconscious mind or whatever mechanism it is? What for me, when you were explaining, is like a portal into other realms and can activate my communication through dream status or not. I'm curious to know what can do for me. Okay. So yeah, day one was already a very big initiation activation. So thank you.
Me and my husband had very vivid dream, which was very interesting because his was more like standing in his power, a very extreme story, the true essence of a person that I was questioning for years.
I could listen to you for hours and hours, Dorota. What a beautiful voice. And
thank you.
It was so lovely to reconnect with the elements through the circle of life, through the hoop of life. And I experienced it at some point, not only as a 2-dimensional, but a 3-dimensional thing. And I was this web of golden threads, and that web became thicker and thicker. Do you say that? And in the end, I was inside this golden globe, and I could actually manipulate it by picking some threads and bringing them together and weave my own consciousness and my own awareness. And that was beautiful.
The sensation that you choose, you choose where you want to go. You choose where you want to look. This vivid sensation that time was around me, and I can just choose and reactivate, like you just switch on the button and I want to go this direction. It just felt like I was in control. Today I felt the stillness. Today was a stillness, but I was in contact with the circle, and it was like this flower of life was starting to come out through me and webbing in this very crystalline white, but pointing out into different councils around me. With another one, it was very, very interesting. So yeah, it's like a surprising box that you go into it, and it's just let yourself be led by what comes through. And yeah, I want more.
Just because I made the Dreamcatcher, right, with you before. So I had that Dreamcatcher, and so I saw it flat, laying flat, and I was sitting, I have a circle in mind weaved in. So I saw myself sitting on the circle, and then the Dreamcatcher got like huge around me. And then the lines became, like you said, the golden lines, but with like, there, it's almost like, sometimes you see it in the movies where like you have images or TVs, screens in the back. So every time I turned, that's what I would like, I guess I was very much with peace, but that's what I was seeing, It was it was interesting. So another very vivid dream. But this one was almost in like muted colors, and I was able to catch, it was heading into like a nightmare type. My daughter felt, and I remember the detail of like her dress the details were so vivid, like the color, the texture of the grateful, that I was able to like catch myself and go back to the better type reality. Right? I just looked at my Dreamcatcher because it's like literally above my head, right?
What is surprising, because I dream sometimes and I don't connect to the dream, and this time I did.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
Yeah, it felt different somehow. I had clarity on some of the doubts that I had, because that is one of the intentions that I do, is to awake with more clarity in relation to something. All of a sudden, I was transported to a completely different scenario.
Do you see the message?
I think the message said, I'm more powerful. I can control my own dreams. That everything that you need, you already have, and you don't
Yes.
need anything else, right? So
Into the Dreamcatcher, I saw the fixed stars around me, and the thread took me backwards. And I was thinking, so, okay, what star system is calling me? And I couldn't pull up the chart now, so I'm looking that up later.
Okay.
There was definitely a message of the thread was leading back to myself. And I had this image of this cocoon thing, this sphere around me yesterday, and today it was more like a thread that was taking me somewhere else in order to bring me back to myself. That's how I can share. I think what called me in was the galactic center. So it makes sense that when you say that the Dreamcatcher is representing ourselves, then the galactic center.
it was back to square one. Like I was in the middle of, because I have that physical Dreamcatcher. So I was in the middle of the Dreamcatcher, and I had the golden lines, and I had like the TV like scenes or towards that direction where it was leading. It was more like I was like more in a fog or like a light tunnel of white silver light, because all the other ones were golden with little pictures, right? So this one was silver. So I was standing in a tunnel, and then like what happened is more like the energy of it kept going through me, and like path again, so I could walk back. But when I walked back, I ended up standing in the center in like a silver lotus flower.
Every day that I did this, it feels like I evolved with it. So I said yesterday, when you did the directions, I saw it's more detailed and clear. The same now, and I know what it means now. Today I got the meaning. I felt the stillness, but I felt the power too. So as being, yesterday I spoke about the stillness and see the things in slow motion, and I could choose the direction. And when you asked to pick up the thread, I chose the direction in front of me, where it was at 12 o'clock, was really the 0 point, the beginning. And there was several behind them. And I connect to the owl, white and gray owl. And when the thread came, the thread came as light. It went spread like a star in all directions, and the other councils were revealing themselves. And then from me, a light went up to the galactic center. And I was laughing because I was like, whoa, like, I wanted to stay in the center of it. It just felt, I don't know, felt right. It felt familiar. It felt true, really.
When we cleanse the environment, the elemental beings start to recreate the natural order of, the environment. And what happens when we have certain amount of energy is that they are going to create chakras from the earth. And they are built diamond chakra in the center, and the 4 elements around them. And I found this so fitting that you received the same information, basically. So
lots of love and happy journey with Dreamcatcher.
Okay.